Yo, welcome to the show. It's Boston's Banter with Frank the Bank and Keith K. Lava. You know the answer. Talking sports, breaking down the play so raw. From the Celtics to the Sox, we giving you the score. Catch the vibe, we coming live. Filling up your feed, let the passion thrive. Every dunk, every run, we analyze the moves. Shout out to the fans, feel the rhythm and grooves. From Gillette to the Garden, we ain't missing a beat. Frank and K. Lava bring the fire, can't accept defeat.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Boston's Banter, where the sports are wicked and the banter is Pissah. I'm your host, Frank the Bank. With me, as always, is Keith K. Lava Lacava. What's going on, Shaquille Bro Neal?
Haha, not much, Caleb Bro Moo.
Oh my gosh, Caleb Bromu in the house. I almost went with that one too, actually. I swear to God, because that was a draft pick to mine.
Yes,
I almost
sir.
did that, but I was like, you know what,
Makes
Keith's gonna do
sense,
that.
right?
Yeah. But thanks for holding it down last week. I was in Myrtle Beach, you know what I mean, having a good time. But I'm back, and we got a busy show, so let's get right into the wicked Pissah news.
Let's do it, Frankie.
Yeah, buddy. So Bruins update. It's been looking pretty bad.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
my God.
It's been looking bad. I mean, we watched the first game, me and my brother. We were up 2-0 late in the third. You know what I mean? And I know you talked about it last week, but that was such a bad loss.
4
dude.
goals in the third.
I'm saying it was just
Gross.
insane. We were up 2-0 the whole game, and we just sat back and. You know, we weren't aggressive, and it showed. So, but then after that ugly game 1 loss, we were winning all game. We come back and win game 2, 4-2, but we still gave up a few goals late.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't like that in the third period. We didn't like
Right.
that. Iverson had 2 goals. Geeky and Zaka both had 1.
Yep.
It was a good win, but again, they made it interesting in the third period.
I was getting nervous.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So game 3, let's move on to game 3. All right, we gave up another 2 goals in the third period. You know what I mean? We lose 3-1. It was 1-1 at one point,
saying,
obviously.
dude.
So now we're down 2-1 to Buffalo, and then as you saw in game 4,
Disgusting.
absolutely walloped. Dude.
Oh, my
It was
God.
4-0 in the first,
In the
6-0.
first
We
period.
got a garbage time goal at the end, 6-1 loss. Swayman got pulled, comes out yelling at
Dude,
the bench.
he sucks.
Oh, he looked terrible. But I mean, you got to.
No,
the
I
first 4
understand.
goals of the game in the first period, every single goal that was scored, those first 4, defensive zone turnover. We had possession, turned it over, they scored.
Right.
4. That's unacceptable.
No, it is unacceptable, but also...
So you can't blame it all on Swayman.
No,
I know
I'm-
we should have had some more saves, obviously.
Definitely
29
not-
shots, 6 goals,
No,
terrible.
definitely not blaming it all on Swayman, but also yelling at your teammates, especially in the playoffs, is not a good look.
I
either
mean,
when-
Sturm, Marco Sturm came out afterwards. Well, at least he's fired up about it, and he's trying to get fired up for the guys. It depends what he said. I mean, obviously at that point, none of the teammates even wanted to look at him. They were just like
Bad blood right now.
It was just terrible. I mean, they play tonight. I mean, this series has been ugly.
It has
we should
been
be
very
2-2
ugly.
right now,
It
but
has been very ugly.
I don't like it, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know. It was ugly. That was an ugly loss.
Bro,
so.
they were up 4-0 within the first 10 minutes.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, again, 4 defensive turnovers in the defensive zone. Like, that's just crazy. That's just unacceptable.
Yep.
But we'll see if they can hang on for another game or 2. I mean, hopefully they can come back from 3-1. I doubt it, but you never know. So I'm
happens.
always hoping. I'm always rooting for them. NHL playoffs in general. We're going to start in the Western Conference. We're going to get into that real quick. The Colorado's looking great. 4-0 sweep of the Kings. Kings are terrible, unfortunately.
Kings are done.
Yeah, they're all done. Stars and Wild, whoever wins that series is going to play Colorado. That series tied up 2-2. That's been a
That's
great
good series right there.
I always like the Stars, but Colorado is the team to beat out there right now, in my
sir.
opinion. Golden Knights versus the Mammoth, they're tied up 2-2 also.
As well, yep.
They play, whoever wins that series, play the winner of Edmonton versus Anaheim. And Anaheim up 3-1 in that series.
On the Oilers.
Oilers, who made the Stanley Cup Finals 2 years in a row. The new look Anaheim Ducks, who haven't been good for years.
The Mighty Ducks.
So, the Sabres, Anaheim, like teams that have been
What is
bad for a long
going
time.
on, bro?
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Oilers down 3-1 in that. They're on the brink of elimination. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be a different looking Stanley Cup this year. No Panthers, no Oilers,
I'm
most likely.
saying, that's what I mean. So it's been crazy. Yeah, I mean, let's jump into the Eastern Conference now. So obviously, you know what's going on with the Sabres. We just talked about that. Up 3-1 on our Bruins, which is terrible.
Yep.
But they're going to take on whoever wins our series. Again, Sabres looking that way. Are going to take on the winner of the Lightning versus Canadians. That's tied up 2-2. Canadians had a 2 or 3 goal lead the other night. They blew it. They were up 2-0, and Lightning came back and to tie that series and win that game. So that was kind of cool. Hurricanes sweep Ottawa right out of the building. See you later. 4-0 there. And then we got the Pennsylvania series. Pittsburgh versus Philly. Flyers came in to the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, to the Stanley Cup playoffs. One of the hottest teams in the NHL, and they've continued to be really hot.
They look flat.
3-1. Philly has been up in that series, but right now it's 3-2. But Philly's been killing Pittsburgh,
Yeah, they
honestly.
have.
So they're hanging on. Pittsburgh's hanging on by a thread here. So we'll see if they can get past Philly. So
See what happens, Frankie.
why don't we jump over to the Celtics?
You already know the deal, Frankie. At least one of our teams are kicking some.
I like that. I'm gonna hold on.
Yes,
You
sir.
gotta
Bring
give them
that up,
something for
brother.
that. You know what I mean?
So the Celtics, they lead the 76ers 3-1 in
Love
the
that.
East first round. Let's break down what they did this past week, brother. So they lost 111-97 in Game 2 in Boston last Tuesday night. Very unfortunate.
That was a tough one.
20-year-old rookie VJ Edgecombe of the 76ers. He had 30 points, 10 rebounds, and he was 6 of 10 from 3. But the man hasn't hit a three-pointer since that night.
I'm gonna say though, that kid's pretty good.
He's
They
nasty.
drafted a pretty good player there. I feel like he's gonna be pretty nasty for them.
Tyrese Maxey had 29 points in the C's.
nasty, too.
The C's shot 13 for 50 from 3 in that game.
Yikes!
And Jaylen Brown had 36 points.
Bring up Philip Seymour Hoffman again.
Yeah, I know, seriously. Fall by a 108-100 road winning Game 3. Jason Tatum with 25 points, and Jaylen Brown, he also had a 25 piece, so 50 points between both those
buddy.
guys. And lastly, a 128-96 demolishment of the 76ers in Game 4 on
awesome.
Sunday in front of the Philly fans. We love that.
We were up like 20-something the whole game.
Jason Tatum and Peyton Pritchard, they combined for 62 points. With Pritchard's 32 points, though, he became the first Celtic with 30 points and 5 assists off the bench in a playoff
He
game.
only needed 3 more to break the record, 2 more to tie it.
And the C's broke the record for most threes in a playoff game.
He went crazy. Pritch could not be stopped, especially in like the first two or three quarters.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, they at that point there was a blowout. They took him up, but he was honestly on fire.
Some of the Sixers fans are calling him Steph Curry 2.0.
That's awesome. Yeah, he kept staring at the crowd. They kept yapping at him.
Oh,
But
yeah, rightfully so. But, Frank, let's do a quick NBA playoff update like
gotta
you
do
did
it.
with the NHL. We'll start in the West playoffs. The Thunder, they just swept the Suns 4-0.
Yeah,
They're gone.
Suns are gone. They
Yeah.
gone. Horrible team.
Lakers lead the Rockets 3-1. I was kind of hoping they swept the Rockets, but nope, they're winning 3-1.
That
It's looking
comeback though in that one game,
Oh,
not
LeBron
last game,
hitting
2
that
games
three?
ago.
Yeah,
Oh my!
to
They were
tie
down
it.
6
I
with
know.
less than a minute left, dude. And then there
He's
was
the
a
GOAT.
stupid foul, and Marcus Smart I think had 3 foul shots, and he played crazy. He had like 7 assists. I mean 7 steals, excuse me, and he had like 10 points, something crazy. But he played out of his mind. And then LeBron's shot was insane.
And they're on the
yeah.
verge of getting Austin Reeves and Luka back
I
soon.
know it's crazy.
The T-Wolves lead the Nuggets 3-2.
That's surprising too.
And the Spurs lead the Trailblazers 3-1, so we expected that. But let's move over to the East playoffs. The Magic, they lead the number 1 Pistons 3-1. Talk about the number 1 seed in
We
the
like
East coming
that,
out
though.
flat,
We like
bro.
that, honestly.
Absolutely. Cavs and Raptors tied 2-2, and the Knicks and Hawks are tied 2-2 as well, Frankie.
I like it. I like it.
Well, Frankie, real quick, in other Celtics news, I just got to bring this up real quick. So our boy GM Brad Stevens,
Again.
he won Executive of the Year for his second time. The C's finished the season with a 56-26 record with a lot of uncertainty to start the season, obviously.
Tatum being out, you know what I
Tatum
mean?
being
Like-
out and all that, but his signings and trades have helped the team, and it didn't break the bank.
He's great. He's a great GM.
He is. He always sees the guys' worth. Obviously, guys that we brought in, like obviously Luka Garza was the only one we really kept around since the offseason.
Yep.
But then you trade for Vucevic.
Great moves.
Absolutely, Frankie. But Frankie, let's get into the Red Sox update real quick. I don't really want to.
Yeah,
but
we don't have to, but I mean, they're 12 and
bring it
7,
up.
17. Excuse me, 12 and 17, dead last in the AL East, of
AL
course.
East, yep.
Getting smoked every game. I mean, it's been gross, honestly. Yankees come to town.
Oh,
you know
my
what I mean?
God.
It's like a Yankees series. It's like. Is it really bad? Yeah, it was really bad. We scored
really
3
bad.
runs in friggin' 3 games. We lose 4-1, 4-2, 4-0. Like, it's just insane. We play terrible against the Yanks. Then we go and play the Orioles. We lose 10-3. It's like, what do we do? We lose 4 straight. And again,
Yep.
the Orioles haven't been that good this year. And then finally, 17-1.
17-1.
All of a sudden, we wake up and we're the best hitting team in the MLB. I don't even know what happened.
10
And-
runs in the top of the ninth,
in the
including the
ninth.
grand slam.
I'm saying 10 runs, but then we decide to fire everybody on the team.
Yeah, everybody
Alex
got
Cora's
fired,
gone.
bro.
Everybody's gone. So it's like, I don't know. It just seems like Breslow, obviously, they're trying to save his job. Maybe, I don't know, trying to blame the coaching staff. But I will say they won that game. Then the next 2 games without Cora and the coaching staff, they win too. So now we're on a 3-game winning streak. We had a 5-3 win over the Orioles. Again, first game without Cora. The pitching was good that game. It was a solid game all around, I thought like. And then the very next game though, 5-0 over the Blue Jays. It was a great pitching performance by Suarez. He only gave up 1 hit, 1 walk in 8 innings, 10 Ks, 5-0, shutout victory. You gotta love that. So, and the Blue Jays again aren't a bad team. They were
Absolutely.
second runner up last year. I mean, in the whole thing, they were runner up. They won the AL last year. So
3-game win streak for the Sox.
yeah, 3-game win streak, and we got Blue Jays again tonight. So we'll see how that goes.
Yes, sir, Frankie. But let's get into some NFL news,
Yeah,
Frankie.
buddy.
But before we get into the draft recap, obviously we've got a few things to bring up with that. I got one notable extension that happened this past week.
Yep.
So the Packers signed wide receiver Jaden Reed to a 3-year, $50.25 million extension with $20 million guaranteed. And he's the guy over there now. Obviously, they lost all. You still got Christian Watson, but he got injury concerns. So he's the guy over there.
That's a good signing for
really
them.
Really good signing. They locked him up.
He's a good player.
And then I just got 3 notable trades and signings I want to bring up.
Yes, sir.
So the Vikings traded linebacker Jonathan Grenard to the Eagles for a 3rd-round pick in this past week's draft and a 3rd-round pick next year. Grenard and the Eagles then agreed on a 4-year, $100 million extension with $50 million guaranteed. So the Eagles are getting another good pass rusher to add to that D-line.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Raiders traded 2023 first-round pick defensive end Tyree Wilson to the Saints for a 5th-round pick in this past NFL draft. And Frankie, one of our guys, is moving on to a new team. Speaking of the Saints actually signed former Patriots outside linebacker Anthony Jennings to a 1-year deal.
That's a good sign.
So I'm glad he got picked up.
Yeah,
but Frankie, 2026 NFL draft, brother, it's in the books, man. So obviously we're going to recap the top 10, the other notable draft picks.
Yeah, of course. Let's do it.
And the guys that got drafted who are family members of current or former players.
I love that.
But first, let's bring up the top 10, man, because again, our mock draft, man, was all over the place.
Oh, well, I mean, we picked a lot of the right guys in the top 10, but just out of order. I mean, I was texting you, you were texting me. We were like, what the heck is going on here? But I mean, I got the first 2 right, and then after that, it went crazy.
Bro, actually, this is 2 years in a row now. A guy that we projected in the top 10 winning day 3, Jamon McCoy.
I have him written down here, too. It's crazy.
So let's bring up the top 10 real quick. Obviously, Mendoza went number 1 to the Raiders.
That's obvious.
You were right with Edge, David Bailey going to the Jets. Then Jeremiah Love going to the Cardinals. If I'm Algier, I'm pissed.
Saying that's just crazy.
Number 4,
Connor's still there right now too.
They're
gonna cut him, but Algiers gonna be like, what is going on?
And then number 4, the Titans took wide receiver Carnell Tate. I didn't see that.
Me neither.
Linebacker Arvell Reese, he fell 5th to the Giants.
That's a good pick for them, though.
And then the Chiefs, I actually picked Mansour Delane going to the Chiefs, but not at number 6. And you called that.
I said they were
bro.
trading up. I said they're gonna trade
you called
with the
that.
Browns, and that's what happened. And then you said the right guy, but I said they're gonna make a trade.
You were right about the trade. I was right about the team.
It's crazy.
The Chiefs took cornerback Mansour Delane at 6. The Commanders took linebacker Sonny Styles at 7. They got a steal with him at 7, bro. And then at number 8, the Saints took wide receiver Jordan Tyson. We didn't even have him projected in the top 10.
Yeah, he's like a top. He was like projected at 17, 18. So I was surprised that he went over Lemon. Lemon fell.
That's what I'm saying. And then 2 offensive linemen finished out 9 and 10. The Browns drafted offensive lineman Spencer Fano, and the Giants drafted Francis Mauigoa, tackle at 10, Frankie.
Crazy, man.
But other notable names we're going to bring up. Obviously, Ohio State safety Caleb Downs. He went 11th to the Cowboys.
That was a
so
great trade up for them.
Was.
He's one of the guys I mentioned here, too. They traded up to get him, and honestly, they need that help right there. That was a great play for them.
This was a wild pick. Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. He went 13th overall to the Rams.
So remember the Rams were laughing at the Pats.
That's what I'm saying.
Pick. This is way worse.
Way worse.
They're a win now team. You know what I mean? Just won the MVP.
Right.
You know what I mean?
1 game away from the Super Bowl.
I'm saying that's crazy. That does not help them in any sort of stretch. And he's projected as a 2nd, 3rd round pick.
At least Jordan Love went later when the Packers took him.
That's just what a silly pick.
Silly move.
If you want to get him, trade back a little in the first and want to waste your 1st round pick on a backup quarterback.
Stupid.
You got Matt Stafford.
Could have fell to the 2nd round.
That's the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest one I've seen. They could have had another good receiver. Mekhi Lemon was sitting there too.
Stupid. The Bucks took Miami edge rusher Ruben Bain Jr. at 15th. That was a steal for them.
No, that's a steal.
And like you said with our guy Mekhi Lemon, he fell 20th. Actually, the Eagles traded up a pick.
They did. They jumped Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh was calling him. He was about to go to Pittsburgh.
He was going to Pittsburgh.
And then the Eagles jumped it.
That's good for us, though.
Hey, that tells me A.J. Brown coming to New England,
might come to us. I hope so.
And then Notre Dame had 2 running backs go in the 1st round. Running back Jadarian Price went 32nd to the Seahawks. Both him and fellow Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love were the top 2 running backs coming into the draft. That's never happened. 2 running backs from the same school, the number 1 and number 2 running back in the draft. And to start round 3, Frankie, the Cards drafted Miami quarterback Carson Beck with the 65th pick.
That's a good one.
Top 10 projected pick, like I was just talking about, quarterback Jermod McCoy, who was drafted by the Ravens.
You had him at 10. I had him at 11. I had him at either 10 or 11, and I went with him at 11. So
4th round, 101st pick.
I can't even believe he was sitting there. Someone should have sniped him up.
His knee issues obviously played a part in that.
They had like a bone plug put in and stuff like that. So a lot of people worried about that. But he's projected like top guy, though, cornerback when he was healthy. So
that's right. Saints draft cornerback Lorenzo Styles Jr. That's actually the brother of Sonny Styles, round 5, pick 172.
That's awesome.
Frankie, the Browns drafted Justin Jefferson. No, not the elite wide receiver, but Alabama linebacker Justin Jefferson with the 149th pick in the 5th round. I just wanted to bring that up because his name is Justin Jefferson.
That's cool.
And the Chiefs took LSU quarterback Garrett Neusmeyer, if I'm saying that correct, with the 249th overall pick in the 7th round. He was Mel Kiper's number 4th ranked quarterback. And I want to bring up a guy who went undrafted. That's Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia.
Yeah, runner up to the Heisman. I mean, that was crazy that he didn't get drafted.
Dude, became the first Heisman finalist.
He is short, though. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. And he became the first Heisman finalist since 2014 to go undrafted. But just today, actually, the Ravens signed him to a 3-year deal.
I was just going to say, he's going to get signed. He's gonna. That's a perfect team to go to. He's a mobile quarterback, too, so that's a perfect team to go to.
Yes, sir, Frankie. And then we just got some prospects that were drafted related to current or former NFL players. Yep. We'll start with Cowboys' first-round pick safety Caleb Downs. He's the brother of current Colts wide receiver Josh Downs. I never even knew that.
That's awesome, yeah.
Giants draft Tennessee quarterback Colton Hood, 2nd round, 37th overall. And he's actually the nephew of former Eagles cornerback Roger Hood. He was actually a pretty good corner. Bucks draft linebacker Josiah Trotter, 2nd round, 46th overall. He's the son of former Eagles linebacker Jeremiah Trotter, and of course the brother of current Eagles linebacker Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Falcons drafted cornerback Avion Terrell, 2nd round, 48th overall. The brother of current Falcons cornerback AJ Terrell. So they'll be playing on the same team, right on defense together.
Awesome.
Gotta love seeing stuff like that. Saints draft North Dakota State quarterback Bryce Lance, 4th round, 136th overall. He's the brother of current Chargers backup quarterback Trey Lance. And it's not an NFL relation, but the Saints' 1st round pick, 8th overall, Jordan Tyson. He's the brother of Cleveland Cavs forward Jalen Tyson.
That's awesome.
And the Browns actually signed 1st round pick Spencer Fano's brother, Edge Logan Fano, to an undrafted deal. Both played at Utah.
I like it.
Yes, sir, Frankie. But before we end Wicked Pissah News, I just got to bring up this pick real quick. So North Carolina and Colorado did not see a single player get drafted. Coach Belichick and Coach Deion Primetime Sanders, they had a combined 7-17 record last season. So all the teams were just staying away from those guys. Yes, Frankie, that's all we got for Wicked Pissah News, brother. So another great Wicked Pissah News, and like we were talking about, the draft is in the books. And we got some draft picks that we're going to grade and recap of our own, Frankie. So here it is, another good Foxboro Focus.
Let's go.
So, Frankie, draft's over, brother, and we got some more young guys on the team. We're going to bring up our grades for the top 4.
All right.
So we're going to start with round 1, pick 28. We took Utah offensive tackle Caleb Lomu, or like I said, Caleb Bromu, Frankie.
Bromu, I love it.
Yo, so Frankie, what are you giving that for a grade?
I'm going to give it an A, honestly. I mean, if you really think about what we needed the most, is more offensive line help, right? I mean, how many times? Drake May still sore from the Super Bowl. He got sacked 52 times. So it's like, to me, we needed it. They jumped up. And this kid's projected top 20 pick. They got him at 28. So I like the pick a lot. They moved up a few spots to get a good lineman. 6 linemen had already been taken at this point. You got to get one of the top 7 or 8 linemen, right? So to me, I have to give it an A because we really need that help. I know him and Will Campbell, depending on where we're going to put everybody, but the talent is there. You can move Campbell inside, or you can move him inside, or, you can do different things, which I like. So I think the talent's there for me. So
Frankie, I'm going to be honest, man, and I understand what you mean, but I think our line's complete right now, especially signing Elijah Vera Tucker as one of the guards, and I think we're all filled out. I'm giving this a B-, C+.
I mean, that's fine. I have to disagree. I don't think our line's complete after what happened. Moses Malone's 35 years old.
Moses
injured.
Malone.
You know what I mean? Morgan Moses.
I know. I don't like that, though. But Frankie.
5 years old. But again, to me, everybody coming into this said we need line help. And again, if Campbell don't work out, you got another guy here too. But this kid's big.
He's definitely going to be. He's not going to probably starting off depending on any.
I like the pick
injuries.
a lot, but
I'm well aware of how Will Campbell looked in the Super Bowl, Frankie, but neither him or right tackle Morgan Moses are getting benched anytime soon. We have 2 good guards, like I was talking about, in Elijah Vera Tucker, the free agency signing, and Michael Onwenu. That's what I'm saying. And we got Michael Onwenu still, and we're moving Jared Wilson to center, his collegiate position. I just didn't see the need to take a tackle here. I'm not saying we didn't need one, especially with some big edge rusher names on the board still. I guess the silver lining is with Morgan Moses, like you were talking about, Moses Malone up there in age. This kid can learn from him and Will Campbell, and he'll be
I think he'll be good for us overall. Again, a lot of people saying this is one of our best picks, but just because jumped up to get our guy. Well, again, I love him. I love the pick. I think he's a great player. He'll be top 20 guy in my opinion.
He'll be a developmental project. I will say he's got potential at 6'6", 313 pounds.
6'6",
and he has 33 3/8 inch arms. Analysts like his high-end movement skills, and he's got strong technique to anchor against defenders and good foot speed in pass sets, but could use work in run protection. So I won't go higher than a B- here, Frankie.
I like it. What do you got for the second round? We got 55th overall, Gabe Jackus.
Gabe Jackus from Illinois, and I'm actually giving that an A, Frankie.
I gave this an A too, so I'm very A heavy here.
Yeah, so the Patriots actually traded up from 63rd overall with the Chargers to get this kid. With a pro comparison to new Eagles edge rusher linebacker Jonathan Grenard, along with also being a first-team All-Big Ten last season at Illinois, I believe this kid brings much-needed depth and skill to our pass rush. Some analysts even call him a true pro, and in 4 years at Illinois, he compiled 27 total sacks, 35.5 tackles for loss, and 183 total tackles. Last season alone, the dude had 11 sacks, 13.5 tackles for loss, so I love what he brings to the table, especially to fill the chase on void.
So, I mean, everything that I talked about and a lot of people talked about, line, you need a rush. We had a 30, we were 21st last year in the league with QB pressure rate. So this helps that. And then we talked about tight end. Our first 3 picks were exactly those 3 things. We went line, edge rusher, tight end. So why don't we get into the 3rd round pick, 95th overall, Eli Riordan.
Out of Notre Dame.
I know, Notre Dame, blocking for those running backs we're talking about,
dude.
Which I love.
And he's a good blocking tight end, but Frankie,
That's what I like.
I'm going to give this a B here.
Yeah, okay.
So the Patriots definitely have a glaring need for a secondary tight end next to Hunter Henry. Only question is, can this kid put up some numbers in our offense? Started all 12 games last year for Notre Dame and had 32 catches for 482 yards, but 0 touchdowns. In 4 seasons at Notre Dame, he only has 3 total touchdowns. He's described as an extremely productive tight end, but those numbers don't impress me. I'll be honest with you, Frankie. I hope he becomes a good piece receiving-wise for this offense, and in terms of size, at 6'7", 245 pounds, he could be a real threat over the middle and especially in the red zone. He has dealt with 2 ACL tears, and he's a decent run blocker, but he could obviously still use the help, especially at the NFL level. But his size, catching skills, and 4.6 speed at that size, and a 36-foot vertical could be very useful for Drake May as a big body target.
I mean, I think this is a B+ for me. I like the blocking aspect of it. 250, 6'7", 245, whatever you want to say. Big dude. We have Hunter Henry. This is a perfect tight end too. People had him as a 3rd or 4th best tight end in this draft. If you think about who he blocked for in college, Jeremiah Love, you know what I mean?
Darian Price.
And I'm saying, and Price is like, they were the top 2 running backs taken. Like, there's a reason he's out there.
Speaks volumes.
It speaks volumes to like their run blocking scheme there. This kid's gonna be a good run blocking tight end. And like you said, over the middle, he's a huge target. Yeah. So I don't know. I got it a B+. I mean,
36-inch vert.
I'm saying that a lot of analysts had him in the 4th round, so we did take him in the 3rd. That's why I'm kind of giving it a B+ here. It's just one of those things where I think he could have waited, but at the same time, they're looking at our needs, and I feel like we got 3 of the things we needed right off the bat. So
right, absolutely.
What about our 4th pick?
Round 5, pick 171. We took Wake Forest cornerback Karan Prunty. And Frankie, what are you giving that for a grade?
I mean, I got to give this a C+.
I'm giving it a C+ as well.
This kid was projected as not even being possibly drafted on the big draft board. He was projected as 512th. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, he has some skills. He's more of a project deep guy that we can have. I wasn't overly impressed with the pick, honestly, but at the same time, I think he could be something. He's fast, he's lengthy.
4.4, 40-yard
So,
dash.
I mean, that's what you see at the combine. Again, could you have signed him free agent? Could you have got him in the 6th, 7th round? I mean, we had 4 picks in the first 5 rounds, and then we had 5 picks in the last 2 rounds. So it's like, could you have waited? Sure. I mean, in my opinion, yeah. So, but he does have good metrics are there, and I think for a depth piece, I think he's going to learn from Christian Gonzalez and some of these guys, and it's going to be like, that's a good person to have with that kind of speed.
Totally agree, Frankie.
You know what I mean?
Like you said, definitely a depth move. I already like where our secondary is. And so adding this kid is definitely more of a special teams / developmental cornerback project. The kid did run, like I said, a 4.4 40-yard dash. So
that speed.
Who knows? He could maybe even get some kick return work. Let's face it, he ain't getting punt return work. That job belongs to Marcus Jones. The kid had 40 total tackles and only 1 interception last year, but has strong zone coverage skills and shows good understanding of route progressions, and he did solid work out of press and off coverage. He had 27 pass breakups throughout his college career as well. And at 6'1", he has potential to get playing time as he develops. He's got to work on getting stronger redirection speed and tends to play more conservatively, giving a little too much cushion than necessary. But like I said, definitely a developmental selection with special teams upside. So
I think the metrics are there for him to, if you going into a defensive heavy place, like we looked great last year defensively. So I mean, except for edge, We needed that edge rushing, which I like. We got that, but I think that's a good pick to hopefully development. I just would have took him in the 6th or 7th round. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, Frankie. But let's break down the rest of the
Yeah,
draft picks we have from this past week. So round 6, pick 196, we took Texas A&M offensive tackle Demetrius Crownover, 6'7", 319 pounds.
Another big boy. Love it.
Round 6, pick 212, we took TCU linebacker Nnamdi Obiazor. He actually had a 4.5 40-yard dash and
for that speed.
more depth at linebacker. Round 7, pick 234, we took Texas Tech quarterback Bayron Morton. Probably won't make the team, but that was an interesting pick. Actually, those last 3 picks are all from Texas schools.
Yeah.
Round 7, pick 245, and I actually like this kid, Alabama running back Jam Miller, 613 total yards last year and 3 touchdowns. Who knows? Maybe we've seen guys later round draft picks make the team and show some production. And then lastly, round 7, pick 247 out of Boston College. We took edge rusher Quintavious Hutchins. Only 2 sacks last season, 5.5 in his college career. But from BC to the Pats is always cool.
I love that. I mean, I thought we had a pretty good draft. I mean, a lot of the analysts are giving us like a solid B. You know, it's in between B, B minus, and then a couple had B plus. So I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
So good
See
stuff,
how they do,
man.
Frankie. Good stuff, brother.
That was another great Foxboro Focus. So hopefully these draft picks do well. Let's get into a live round. We're going to do the same thing we did last year. 2 early NFL predictions, division winner predictions. We're giving our predictions now. It's way early, you know.
Well, the draft's over. The teams are starting to form
so
and everything, so we
let's
might as
do
well,
it.
Frankie.
Hey, some of them we were spot on. So
remember I took the Jags last year?
I'm saying you called it. That was a good call.
Yes,
so,
sir. I got some surprises this year,
I like
too.
that. So AFC East, it's Bills or the Patriots. Jets and Miami are terrible. I'm going Patriots.
I'm going Patriots, Frankie.
I like it. We got our defense is just insane, so that's why I went Pats. AFC North. I mean, to me, it's Ravens or Steelers. I'm still going Ravens.
Yeah, Frank, I'm going to take the Ravens here. The Ravens were a field goal away from going into the playoffs and winning the division last season, even with Lamar Jackson's injuries. And I think with the new coaching regime, major addition to the defense and Trey Hendrickson, and more along with the decent draft class, that includes edge rusher Zion Young, who I wanted the Patriots to draft. Mind you, I think they're going to win the AFC North by a landslide.
Yeah.
Like, I'm aware of the Steelers. They had a great offseason that includes the addition of Rico Dowdle and Michael Pittman Jr., but who the is playing quarterback for them? Will Howard?
I'm saying it's the Ravens for me this year, too, and I think Lamar's going to go crazy this year. So
yes, sir.
Let's jump into the AFC South. To me, it's the Texans. I mean, their defense is just outlandish.
Yeah, Frankie, I'm taking the Texans too. Last year, I picked Jacksonville, like I was just talking about, even after a horrible 2024 season, and they won. But I feel like the Jags lost a lot of talent, especially at running back. And on the flip side, where the Texans struggled most, their O-line, they did their best to beef it up with the additions of Wyatt Teller, tackles Evan Brown and Trent Brown, and former Colt Braden Smith. They also added to that number 1 defense with safety Reed Blankenship, edge rusher Logan Hall, and extended both Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter. On offense, on offense, they even brought in running back known as Knuckles, former Lions running back David Montgomery. So the team is looking complete.
They're stacked up right now.
And
Texans are going to be tough to beat.
To make things sweeter, they have an easy schedule. The 26th ranked in the strength of schedule. So the Texans are reclaiming the AFC South in my opinion.
It's going to be a landslide over there, I think.
That's right.
AFC West, this is a super strong division. Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos. I mean, those are my 3 obviously contenders there.
Not the Raiders?
The Raiders ain't contenders yet, but I mean, Mendoza is nasty, but Kirk Cousins is going to be starting for the number 1 pick.
Oh, you mean the $500 billion
the $1 billion man? Yeah, I love it. So I mean, to me, it's between the Chiefs and the Broncos. I'm gonna go Broncos.
I'm going Broncos
It's
too.
just their defense is too solid, and just everything they've done. Adding Jalen Waddle was huge for them. I think they're going to be unstoppable this year.
Yeah, Frank, I'm taking the Broncos too. And I was actually looking at the odds. I was very surprised to see the Broncos with the second best odds to win the division, with LA and KC both tied with the best odds to win. Now, the Broncos had a significantly better offseason than the Chargers and the Chiefs, in my opinion, especially with the Broncos acquiring wide receiver Jalen Waddle to add to their already stacked offense.
It's insane.
Mind you, the Chargers' biggest offseason playmaking signing was running back Keaton Mitchell. And yeah, the Chiefs signed running back Kenny Walker, but people forget Pat Mahomes may still miss some time considering he tore his ACL toward the end of last season.
And again, there's a lot of question marks on that offense.
Justin Fields ain't no savior.
No way. I got the Broncos too. I mean, that Jalen Waddle play was huge. That's great for them.
Mind you, Bo Nix coming back, and they still got a top 5 defense. Yeah, they're winning that division again.
I got that too. Let's jump over to the NFC. Let's go NFC East. I mean, this is a division seems like every other year it's a new team, but I'm sticking with Philly. I feel like
sticking with Philly.
did a lot in the offseason again, and I feel like they're just the team to beat over there, honestly.
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles, and like we always talk about, man, it's happening. The Eagles are most likely losing A.J. Brown.
Yeah, but don't matter.
Dude, they brought in a plethora of wide receivers from Hollywood Brown, Dontavian Wicks, and even traded up to draft USC wide receiver Mekhi Lemon, bro.
That was one of my surprises right there, too.
So their offense will still look high-powered. They even recently acquired edge rusher, like we just talked about, Jonathan Grenard.
Yeah,
but Frank,
he's good.
They're going to probably have the best secondary I think I've ever seen as a football fan. Never mind Cooper DeJean and Quinion Mitchell. They also signed Tariq Woolen.
Yeah, they got.
Where are you going to be able to throw on that defense?
They got a squad. Their defense is stacked, and they can run the ball. Barkley's an animal, and Jalen Hurts runs a lot. I mean, it's like it doesn't matter about A.J. Brown. They barely threw it to him last year.
That's what I'm saying.
So, you're losing A.J. Brown? Wow, cool. He barely even got the ball.
And obviously, when you're bringing up division winners, you got to bring up the strength of schedule. And Philly technically has an easier schedule in terms of strength than the Cowboys, Commanders, and Giants. So easy NFC East champs again.
Oh yeah, that's all day. Let's jump over to the NFC North. This is to me was the hottest one to pick.
It is.
Honestly,
it definitely was for me.
You got Packers, you got Bears, you got Lions. I mean, even the Vikings are okay, but the Vikings are not winning the division. That being said, Packers, Bears, Lions. I went back and forth on this like 6 times.
Me too.
And I actually am going with the Lions.
I'm going with the Lions.
No
too.
way, you
yes,
are?
Sir.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Sir.
I went back and forth with this. I could easily see Packers, easily see Bears, but I'm going back to the Lions. I feel like the Lions.
They have a lot to prove this year.
They have a lot to prove, but everyone's going to be healthy, and the defense, Aiden Hutchinson's finally going to be over that injury that he suffered 2 years ago. Like, to me, it's like, I feel like they're just going to come back with a vengeance this year.
Well, the Lions surprisingly finished last in the NFC North last season, but that won't be the case this year, Frankie. Vikings, even with Kyler Murray, they look weak. The Packers lost a lot on that team, and the Bears, the reigning NFC North champs, have a good put-together roster, but they have the hardest schedule this upcoming season. While the Lions have the 27th ranked strength of schedule, which is weird because they're in the same division. But here's a pick, Frankie. Look at this. Like I said, the Bears have the hardest schedule. Lions have the 27th, which, like I said, makes no sense. And the Lions even losing David Montgomery, but they replaced him with Isaiah Pacheco. Not as much production, but you're basically still putting.
If you're going to give Jameer Gibbs the ball more, then that's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all.
Packers, Micah Parsons having that injury, like he's not going to come back the same right off the bat.
Nope.
He's going to need a little time too. It takes a little time after that injury to get back to normal.
The Lions and Bears, they both had good drafts, but Detroit will get back to NFC North supremacy.
That's what I had. I went back and forth on that one too.
Yes, sir.
So let's jump over to the NFC South.
I got a surprise for you.
This one's kind of like up for grabs a lot. I mean, I like the Saints. I like Atlanta. But I'm actually going with the Carolina Panthers here. I like what they've been doing over the last few seasons. It's the 3rd year with the new head coach. You know what I mean? He's not new anymore, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the 3rd year in the Canales system. To me, I don't know. I like what they're doing, and it seems like they're stacking up there, honestly. So I'm going Panthers. Sorry, Amani. I don't think it's the Falcons this year.
It definitely ain't the Falcons.
You're going to go Saints, I think.
I'm going to go Saints,
I had a feeling you were going to go Saints.
So,
Saints are good, too, though.
Dude, like I said early last season when we did these predictions, I took the Jags to win the AFC South, especially after a 2024 season, and I'm doing that with the Saints this year. The Saints finished 6-11 last season, but they are on the up and up, and they have a young stud quarterback in Tyler Show, who is in his last 4 games last season threw for a combined 1,172 yards. 6 total touchdowns and only 1 turnover. They added more talent on their offense with running back Travis Etienne.
That was a great signing.
They drafted wide receiver Jordan Tyson, and Frankie, they had the 9th ranked defense last season. You wouldn't know by their 6-11 record. So this team is trending upward, and you always got to bring this up in terms of division winners, like we always talk about the strength of schedule. The Saints have the 2nd easiest schedule this upcoming season.
I had the Saints or the Panthers were my 2 favorites for this, but I like what the Panthers have been doing, and their defense is real solid too.
I'm telling you, bro.
I like it too. It's either Saints or Panthers there for me, but I'm going Panthers just by a game.
Not bad.
So,
only difference so far.
Yeah. NFC West, it's Seattle or the Rams for me. I'm actually going to go with Rams. I think there's going to be
I'm going the Rams too.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I think Seattle's going to have a Super Bowl hangover, and it's just kind of is what it is. I don't think Sam Darnold's going to go bananas like he did last year again, and it kind of is what it is.
Seahawks aren't winning the division next season. I don't care. They're the reigning Super Bowl champs. 49ers added some weapons on their team and even had a great draft, while the Rams, in my opinion, had a horrible draft, but they have tons of talent on that team still. Quarterback, great running back, 2 elite wide receivers, and already had a good defense and added to it with the addition of elite cornerback Trent McDuffie, and even signed free agent cornerback, another former Chief, Jalen Watson. So the Rams, they look like a force to be reckoned with on both sides of the ball. Rams are the favorites too with plus 155 odds, but that division in terms of the Rams and Seahawks and 49ers could easily be a toss-up. The Cardinals, they just suck. We don't even need to bring them up.
Cardinals ain't doing nothing. But at the end of the day, Seattle and the Rams are both the top two for me. I know San Fran looks solid too, and if they come back healthy, they've made some good moves this year too. But I like the Rams to get back to where it's supposed to be.
Hey, man, only one difference, Frankie. Great minds think alike, brother.
Yes, sir. Another great show, man. Another great live around, man. Predictions.
Glad you're back, Frankie.
Yeah, thanks for holding it down last week. Thank you guys. Like and subscribe.
Frank, what the hell is going on over there?
I mean,
got a
it looks like a leak. Like some water just pouring in. I don't like that.
What the hell is going on here?
I don't know. I mean, thankfully, we're a little elevated here.
Desk
you know what I mean?
Whoa! Oh, Frankie. This room's getting flooded, bro.
It's getting worse, man.
It's getting way worse. What is going on here?
I don't know.
Frank, the lights went out, man. Yo, Frankie, you good?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
You good? You still over there?
Yeah. The lights are back on, thank goodness.
Yo, Frankie. Are those sharks?
Yeah, that looks like shark fins, man.
Oh, my God. All right, dude. Frank, what is it this week?
You know what it is. Deep water shark movie. Looks right. I like it. Looks good.
We've been pumping out a lot of shark movies.
I'm saying left and right, but hey.
Aaron Eckhart, too?
Eckhart's in it. You're going to get jump scared in shark movies no matter what.
Bro.
People love that.
All right, Frankie. This place is flooded and infested with sharks,
time.
bro. We got to get out of here.
From Beantown to your town, stay wicked Pissah.
From Foxboro to your borough, thanks for listening, everybody, and we're going to see you next week. Oh, dude, what the